Hello, people of the internet. My name's Isaiah.
And my name's Matt.
I was literally choking on shit when I was trying to do that intro. Welcome, episode 33.
Are we going? Are we sticking with it? Let's start again.
Hell yeah, brother. We're sticking with it.
Okay.
Cool.
We love choking here on the Mildly Ignorant podcast.
Matt would know about that.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah, episode 33. Well, welcome back. I know the world was falling in the chaos. The sun never rose up since the last episode of the pod. We had to miss a Friday for the first time ever.
Yeah. Someone decided to get a little sick.
Yeah, and I'm still a little bit sick. I'm a little bit sick, but we're trooping through. We need to get two of these bad boys out this week, so we gotta do what we gotta do, huh?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I got 3 years in almost to this bullshit, and I finally got the COVIDs.
The big C. You got the big C, eh, brother?
Oh yeah, I always get the big C.
I mean, at this point, it's kind of like, who hasn't gotten COVID? I mean, I haven't, but, you know.
Well, you could have.
Yeah, because we were supposed to make out.
That wasn't what I was going for, but you could have. You could have gotten COVID. You just never knew.
True. Asymptomatic.
Be a little asymptomatic boy.
I thought at one point I had, like, COVID toes.
Shut the fuck up.
Do you remember that? No, do you remember when that was a thing? People were like, "Oh my god,
toes.
if you have sores on your toes, it's like one of the weird symptoms of COVID." At the time,
It still exists.
This is when I was working for the government, and
It's a real thing.
like I just chalk it up to like my new shoes, but I was like, "Oh my god, I have these weird sores on my feet. I think I have COVID toes."
Yeah, so we're officially entering the COVID era of the Mildly Ignorant podcast.
Mildly ignorant COVID era.
Yeah, brother.
It feels
Yeah.
weird to miss a week and
It feels like we haven't recorded in
come back.
forever.
Right? Yeah.
It feels like we're new to this thing again.
I know. It feels rusty.
So yeah, we're gonna make this whole episode illness themed because we just love
Yeah.
talking about illnesses. So Matt,
I figured it was relevant.
Matt, have you ever been sick before?
No, never. And that's it. That's the end of the episode.
Okay. Well, thank you for listening to this episode of the Mildly Ignorant podcast.
Yeah. A big thing of like when I was a kid, I used to get like barfy burps. And it's like,
Excuse me?
if you like eat a slice of pizza, a hot dog, and drink like some chocolate milk and then burp, every time I'm sick, that's what it tastes like when I burp. And it's disgusting. So I call them like barfy burps because it tastes like I'm going to throw up. But like that's how I'll know that I'm like getting sick. And do you have any food that you like crave when you're sick?
No, I don't crave anything when I'm sick, Matt. You're sick.
I'll always crave canned peaches. Like when I know I'm getting sick, I'll be like, I really want some canned peaches. I'm like, okay, I need to slow down. I need to take some meds. I need to get some rest because I'm getting sick.
The fuck kind of thing is that? Your
I don't
body
know.
wants some canned peaches.
Well, I think it was like when I was a kid, and I was sick one time. My mom was like, "Well, we don't have any goddamn food in the house. What the hell do you want?" And I said, "Well, how about these?" Like, well, no, that's because I think I was throwing everything up, so I couldn't stomach anything. And then she's like, "Well, what if like simple canned peaches in syrup, right?" And I ate it, and I kept it down. So now whenever I'm sick, it's one of those things.
Aw, little mommy remedy.
Yeah, so much of like
Just
when
like how
I'm
you
sick is just based on my childhood.
it's just like how the good old like eat a bowl of soup kind of thing.
Yeah, it's just like the routine. You know, some people have like grilled cheese and tomato soup.
I just take pills like a normal person. I mean, I don't know what the fuck y'all are doing, but
Well, it's just those things that like you can't really stomach anything else when you're sick.
Yeah, you're right. I can't stomach the impending doom of humanity, Matt.
You're gonna laugh at this, but like pretty much every second week when I was living in Kingston, I was like routinely sick to my stomach and would just like shit my entire asshole out.
Yeah, I wonder why, Matt.
Yeah.
Do you want to go over your diet when you're in Kingston?
My diet was basically just like Popeyes and then like 4 a.m. visits to like the 24-hour bakery with my roommate.
When was the last time you had a fruit when you're in Kingston? Probably since you've been in Ottawa.
Well, he stayed the night. No, I'm kidding.
Never,
when
exactly.
was the last time I had a fruit? I don't know. I can't tell you.
Exactly.
I'll eat
So no
bananas
wonder
every
you're
now and then.
Shitting yourself every 2 weeks.
When I was in Kingston, oh yeah, no. I like specifically bought canned peaches because like I knew I was gonna be sick. But like other than that, I don't know. My diet was fucking terrible.
Just Popeyes and cock. Minus the cock.
Yeah, Popeyes and depression. Do you have any like sick stories? Stories of being sick?
Well, when I was young, I got really, really sick once, like really fucking sick. This is like about the time when like H1N1 came around.
Yeah.
I never got tested for it, but like my dad being in the medical field and all that, like he was pretty like 100% certain that I had H1N1.
Yeah.
Dude, I couldn't even get out of bed. Like I was literally in bed, dead to the world for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I missed almost like a full month of school.
That's insane.
Like pills
how did you feel?
Pills weren't doing anything. It was just like gotta fucking chalk it up to fucking natural immune system to do the work, basically.
Terrifying. Was it like stomach? Like were you throwing up? Like what was?
No, it was just like a normal
Fever,
flu.
chills?
Yeah, normal flu thing, just amplified to hell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had to breathe out of my mouth, kind of thing. I couldn't even. My nose was like blocked. My ears were blocked because all sinuses, right? So
Yeah.
couldn't hear anything. My lungs were full of like garbage.
Wild.
Coughing like crazy, fever, chills, sweats, hot flashes, literally everything, man.
Damn.
And I wasn't eating at all.
Imagine if you just died.
I wish.
I say, oh, we're live.
Oh shit, sorry. But yeah, I remember that fucked me up. And this is at a time where I couldn't take pills. Like I was one of those kids when I grew up. When I was growing up, I just couldn't take pills. Even to this day, I still have to do them like one at a time. I can't do like a handful of them.
Oh, you're a baby. I can like down a whole bottle of pills dry. Like no
Yeah,
worries.
I know, man.
Wow.
Doesn't surprise me you're gay.
No gay green flags, baby.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I have to like do one pill at a time, and it took me years. And I had to start with like baby pills, like allergy pills, how small they are.
Yeah, like the little ones.
Yeah. Just do those liquid capsules, I still have a hard time with them.
How? You just put it in your mouth and you swallow. Like
They're
you pretend
massive.
it's not there. No, it's oh my
Pretending they're not there. I can't do that, Matt. It's there. I can't pretend that it's not there.
You're a baby.
Yeah, I'm a child when it comes to pills. Yeah. So
I mean, when I was a child, I would eat pills off the ground.
Okay, well, maybe that's probably parents have probably locked us pills up. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, so I had to take like liquid medication, like cough syrup.
Mm-hmm. Did you ever get an ear infection?
Nope.
What? You missed out on the banana medicine?
Yeah, I missed out on the banana medicine.
So there's this like ear infection medicine, and it's an antibiotic. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, my brother has had it before, so I know what I mean. The banana medicine.
You know how all medicines taste terrible? This was like the god tier of medicines. It was so good.
Dude, the pink medicine that you had as a kid, that's amazing.
That was fucking disgusting.
I love that one.
Gross. I hate bubblegum. And bubblegum flavored.
I wish I could have just had that for the rest of my life, but no, it's taking like fucking Buckley's and like...
Buckley's. Buckley's is the fucking worst.
Or whatever that other company is with the face on the bottle. Like just the body. Like the green body. Cough syrup. Whatever brand. Benylin.
Benylin.
Like those are the two that I always take, and like holy fuck, dude.
Yeah.
That's the only time I'd ever throw up when I was sick was like trying to take that. I would literally throw it up. It was disgusting.
Throwing up is, I think, the worst feeling. Like when you.
No, I'd say shitting yourself. Like having like diarrhea. Like you have like a stomach flu or like
I disagree. Only because
or what's that sickness where it's like 24 hours of just shitting?
Oh, that's Wednesday night.
Not gonorrhea, obviously not gonorrhea.
Diarrhea?
It's mostly kids have it. Whatever. Anyways, I feel like that would be worse because like every 5 minutes you're in perpetual pain of just shitting nothing.
This is gonna get like personal, but like, have you ever had like you had it coming out the rear end for hours? So you're basically just like sitting on the toilet, like falling asleep on the toilet.
Yes, I've had that happen before.
That is the worst.
That's what I'm saying. It's worse than vomiting because vomiting is one and done. Usually vomiting only happens when you eat stuff when you're sick.
No, but like the feeling of like, I think I'm gonna vomit. I think I'm gonna vomit. I think I'm gonna fucking throw up. And like you're just like kind of laying there. You're like kind of afraid to move because everything is kind of like making your stomach churn even more. No, I have like gallbladder issues. So if I eat too much oily food, hence the fucking Popeyes when I was living in Kingston, I get intense stomach pains, like intestinal pain, and then obviously I like shit my asshole out a couple hours after. But, like I now know what to expect when I feel that pain, so like I'm not afraid of shitting myself because I know that like there's a warning that comes with it. So yeah, for me, throwing up is definitely the worst.
I see, man. I never had that feeling like when I'm gonna like vomit. Like I don't have like a feeling that builds up. Me, it's like I have like a 5-second warning to get to the washroom. And that's about it.
Oh, I remember this one time when I was a kid. We went to McDonald's, and I don't know if I was like food poisoned or sick from something that like we'd eaten before, but like I got one of those like pizzas from McDonald's. McDonald's did not have pizzas when you were even alive. Do you remember?
Nope.
Yeah. So a long time ago, McDonald's used to have pizzas. I'm carbon dating myself again. And I was like eating a pizza or whatever, and I instantly felt sick. And we had a van, and I was like in one of the like, there's like the driver's seats, and then there's the 2 main seats and the 3 seats in the back. I was in one of the seats, and I was like there. I was feeling sick, and I literally just screamed out, "I can't take it anymore!" And I started throwing up like all over the van. And then my dad like handed me a bag, like a McDonald's, like one of the paper bags, and I just like started throwing up to the point where the fucking bottom of the bag broke, and then my throw up just went all over my lap. So it was just one of the worst experiences that I still remember as a kid.
Dude, were you ever car sick as a kid? Me, it was all the time.
Never.
Every single time I'd puke my guts out. So my mom and my dad were always so scared of like bringing me on like car trips or whatever, road trips anywhere. Yeah. I would just like puke my guts out every single time, dude. It's nuts.
Did you go on trips a lot as a kid? Like,
yeah, all the time.
See, that's funny because so did I, and I like reading, playing Game Boy, playing DS, like games on. Like when I was a little bit older, I had an iPad. Like nothing ever bothered me.
Yeah, I'm fine now. I don't know why, but I'm fine now. But when I was a kid, I just couldn't fucking handle it.
Yeah.
When I became like 10 years old, 12 years old, I don't know, 10, probably 10, like 8 or 10. It was just all fine from there. The only one was like a really young lad. Especially after I ate something, I just puke it all out, basically all over the front seat, all over the upholstery.
Nasty. Like when you throw up in a car, that car is fucking ruined.
Exactly.
Like
my parents weren't too happy.
Yeah.
Weren't too impressed with my performance.
Like I remember my parents talked about the van and how I basically ruined it because I threw up in it. I was like,
yeah, man, come on, why'd you puke in the van?
Not my fault. When you messaged me last week saying you were sick, I brought this up and I want to bring it up again on the pod, but like when you were a kid, at least for me, every time you're sick, moms just have this like instinct to like cut you down and be like, like, Mom, I'm sick. And she's like, are you sick? Or is there something else?
That's just every mom ever, man.
I don't understand because I
think you want to get out of school, man. They just don't want you to. They're like, oh.
Like, I've never faked being sick. Ever.
Same, never. But it's just how they are.
Yeah.
Because they've been in our shoes, so they know that we've probably at least thought about attempting it.
104 degrees. Like, she heard me up at 2:30 in the morning, like, throwing up, dry heaving on the toilet. Are you really sick, or is there something else? Like, Mom, I'm 7.
See, in our family, I'd like the rule was like if I didn't have a fever or wasn't puking or shitting, then I would go to school, even if I had a cough or like a runny nose or whatever. My mom.
You were one of those kids.
Shit. Yeah, my mom's like, you're going to school regardless.
You were one of the super spreaders.
Hell yeah, brother. You can catch my little cold.
Yeah.
Well, it's not those kids running around in recess.
Did you ever play Zelda Wind Waker?
Nope.
Ugh. There's a kid on like the main island where you start, and he's just like always has a snot bubble hanging out of his nose. I was like, that's just you as a kid.
Basically, yeah. Actually, no, I wasn't even sick that often. But as I got older, I don't know if you've noticed, or I don't know if it's the same for you, but this is before COVID when we started wearing masks, like no one ever got sick ever. But like before COVID, I would say from like 16 to like 18, 19 years old, I guess that's when COVID started. Yeah. I'd always get sick at the exact same times every year. I'd always catch a cold in April and always catch a cold in November.
Really?
Those are the peak seasons, obviously, but like it was always in that month too. It was always April and then November, every single year. So twice a year I'd be sick, and it wasn't like crazy sick. Like I wasn't bedridden. I was just like pop pill, whatever, go to school, whatever. Who cares? Because no one cared at the time.
Exactly. Now you have a cold. You're sniffling and like someone's calling the cops on you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know. For me, I just guess my immune system just gave out twice a year.
Do you think that like I don't know, like because like with the flu shot, the flu is constantly changing and evolving. Do you think it's the same thing with like the common cold? Do you know about that? You're a biologist.
Yes, Matt. Yes. The reason why we will never find
the
cure to the common cold is because there's too many variants out there.
Yeah, because it keeps changing. But like, do you think it's stronger during different times of the year, or do you think that's just because like the weather is colder and we're not adjusting to it properly, or like, I mean, it's probably a mix of both, to be honest. Because like they say that like the big common misconception is like, oh, if you don't wear a hat and you're not properly dressed outside out in the cold, like that's how you get sick. But
yeah, like, that's a big misconception.
Yeah, exactly. The science has proven that that's not true, and it's like, no, it's just fucking Barbara coughing on your face, like when you're in line at the supermarket. That's what makes you sick.
Yeah. So here, according to this, common colds can be caused by rhinoviruses, 30 to 80% of them.
Rhinoceroses? No, I'm just kidding.
A type of picornavirus, 99 known serotypes. Human coronaviruses, influenza viruses, adenoviruses, human respiratory syncytial viruses, enteroviruses, parainfluenza viruses, and metapneumoviruses are all the types of viruses that cause a cold. It's just a catch-all term, basically.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's basically impossible to... but I think it peaks at different years, just because of like winter's over, so you go outside, so you're interacting with more people.
Yeah, exactly.
Like statistically, more people. Yeah. You interact with more people in the spring than you do.
Yeah. Man, I used to love being sick as a kid. Not like being sick, obviously, but like staying home as a kid. I remember watching like daytime television.
Price is Right, baby.
I remember there was one cartoon called Flying Rhino Junior High, and I only ever saw it when I was sick. Like I never saw it.
I've never even heard that in my life.
It's just, I'm pretty sure it's a shitty Canadian like cartoon that was just like on Teletoon.
Or Let's Make a Deal. That was my favorite.
Let's Make a Deal?
Let's Make a Deal.
Let's Make a Deal. I don't even know what that is.
You never watched Let's Make a Deal? It's fucking amazing. That's all I would watch. That's all I would watch on daytime TV whenever I was at home.
But yeah, Family Feud, Judge Judy.
Jerry Springer, brother.
I've never heard of this show. How did I never hear about it?
It still plays even to this day.
That's funny.
It's an actual funny show. The host is funny. I like him. He's funny. He's a funny little guy.
He looks familiar. He's the guy from that show about improv, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. You know the one. You know what I mean. I used to have that guy, the fat guy with glasses, and Colin Mockring.
Wayne.
What's that show called? Yeah, Wayne.
Wayne Brady is the guy that does Let's Make a Deal. Yeah, whose line is it anyways?
Yeah, I thought that's what it was called, but I also thought that wasn't what it.
Oh,
was
he's
called,
gonna be on the Cuphead show apparently.
There's a Cuphead show?
Yeah, coming out this year.
Like Cuphead, like the game?
Yes, Cuphead like the game.
But
wait,
show?
It's already out apparently. February 18th on Netflix. They made a show apparently.
Speaking of, have you been keeping up with Netflix?
Yeah.
Apart from the like odd article we send each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how their stock dropped, and like
Dude,
they're
Netflix
blaming.
is dying.
Yeah, they're blaming basically like everything except themselves for it.
Yeah.
It's like
that stock crashed hard. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's insane.
Holy crap! They lost like, oh my god, their stock went from $600 in December to under $200.
Yeah, it's sitting at
end of April.
198.
I think they're also trying to fix an issue that's like partly non-existent. Like I wouldn't say it is completely unexistent. Like obviously people sharing passwords and people are genuinely leaving Netflix because of the shit shows that they put on there. It's not worth the money anymore. It's so expensive. I think it's the most expensive streaming platform, I think. But like I think a big part of the issue is the artificial inflation that they got over COVID time, you know?
What do you mean? Of like
their numbers skyrocketed because people were subscribing to
sense.
Netflix, and people are unsubscribing because pandemic's over. People have lives and they're canceling, and now they're back to their normal numbers that they were at pre-pandemic. And I don't think they realized that like those numbers were artificially inflated because of a worldwide event that made everyone stay inside, you know?
Yeah.
And I think they're trying to like fix that, but it's like no, you can't fix something that, like that. Like you got a big boost.
Yeah,
it was never permanent. It was a boost
exactly.
in viewers.
You should have anticipated that like this was temporary. I just find it funny how like they have repeated behaviors that people disapprove of, and yet they're like, well, what if we started introducing ads? And it's like, that's not what we're asking you for. We're asking you to like, we really like your original content and the stuff that you're producing. Like this was, mind you, like kind of back during the start of the pandemic. Like you have all these good shows and series. Stop canceling them after 2 seasons to come up with new flashy garbage. Like what they did to Santa Clarita Diet. I'm not sure if it was 2 seasons. I think it might have been 2 seasons. That was a good ass show. And like, I think, was Sex Education canceled?
Santa Clarita Diet's 3, and then
Sabrina was canceled, even though that could have kept going.
Sex Education got 3.
Yeah. So like, people love these shows, but then they just cancel them after 2 or 3 seasons because nobody's like the hype of something new coming out. You know what I mean? And it's like dropping off from there. And then everybody started splitting. Like Disney Plus came out with their content, and then like
that's the problem. The market's oversaturated.
Yeah, it's becoming cable again.
Oh, definitely. And the funny thing too is that people want it to be like cable. Like apparently one of the big reasons why Netflix is like flopping so hard apparently is because like they mass upload new shows. And apparently people want episodes to be weekly according to like polls and stuff like that. It's like people want
so funny.
episodes to come out weekly. We're reverting back to cable. Everything leads back to cable, you idiots.
Yeah.
Thank fuck I never caught my cable, man.
My brother in Christ just stop watching the entirety of a new show when it comes out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's funny. I mean, it's kind of poetic in a way how we saw like Blockbuster die. Like, I was alive just in time to see Blockbuster die, and then
Well,
the thing that
Netflix started as a video rental, right?
Netflix is Blockbuster, is it not?
What do you mean?
I thought
Did
that
it
was
buy,
the
like
I
it
thought-
bought it out?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the lore of Netflix. That's why I'm saying it's poetic that if Netflix dies, we're gonna see two things die. Because like they were. Wait, right here. Hold on. I'm on their Wikipedia page. Initially, they sold the Wait, what? While Netflix was suffering losses. Oh wait, never mind. They're not real. Okay. Netflix tried selling to Blockbuster, and the Blockbuster CEO said, "This is a fucking joke. Get this out of here. It's never gonna work." And then Blockbuster went belly up, and then Netflix became Netflix.
Yeah.
Never mind. I knew there was some kind of link there, but I forgot what it was.
Yeah.
But they were they were like Redbubble or something like that before, right, or something like that. They had a different name.
No, Redbubble is like something else. It's like selling.
They had a different name though. They were never called. They weren't always Netflix.
No, they were always Netflix. Oh, Redbox?
Yeah, weren't they Redbox, something like that? Or was that a different company? Because I know Netflix was the one that did that thing first. It was like they had like kiosks in stores, basically like automatic kiosks where you could rent movies, and then it became the streaming platform.
Redbox is a competitor, and I say that in air quotes. But yeah, no, Netflix started just like a Redbox kiosk,
Yeah.
and then everything went digital.
And now
I think that's so cool, but at the same time, like it's also very tragic to see the rise and fall of something so innovative, right, in our time.
Well, they didn't want to deal with it properly, so they can deal with the consequences.
I mean,
they managed something perfectly. Like you said, it's something like amazing, and they managed to fuck it up. Well, they can deal with the consequences.
Like, do they still make DVDs? Do they still make hard copy of things?
Yes. They still make VHS tapes, believe it or not.
Really? I do not.
Yeah, it's still like it's kind of like vinyls, how people collect.
Oh, it's like a more collector's thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
But they still make DVDs and Blu-rays and stuff like that. People still like that shit.
Yeah.
But lots of stuff doesn't end up on streaming platforms anyways. That's what I hate too.
Or it is, and then they take it off.
Yeah. It's like they offer content, but yeah, it's fucking garbage content that I've seen 20 years ago on TV for free. Why would I pay for it again? At least put new shit, but no, they can't be asked to put a movie on until until 6 years after it's out, because that's when it's the cheapest to buy the rights to it.
Exactly. But I also think that there's like I wish I knew more about that process, about how like a movie comes out and like how many movie theaters it's played in and for how long, because that stuff's all contractual, right? They don't just like decide like we're gonna show Avengers again this weekend. Like, so
you can look that up, I think.
Yeah, but I'm sure it's different depending on the movie and like producer, distributor, and all that stuff. Like I'm sure that there's no uniform procedure for it.
Usually it shows up in all
like, how long are movies in theaters?
Well,
Most mainstream movies stay in theaters for an average of 4 weeks. But like you hear like stories of like movies.
Okay, you're talking about the length. That's just because it depends how much money gets brought in. And those are contractual. It's purely based on how much the movie theaters are making. So like when Star Wars came back for that first time there, the big return there, that movie was fucking in theaters for like 4 months. Hell, Spider-Man No Way Home's still in theaters, and it came out in like December.
Yeah.
As long as people are going to go see it, they're still going to play it. I don't think it's a contractual thing where they have to play it X amount of times. If it just doesn't do well, just boot it for the next thing. Because eventually you will get booted because like other movies have to play, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure the companies that air the movies or that made the movies like pay to have it like shown X amount of times or whatever.
Yeah.
Or like sell it X amount of times. But like, I I'm sure that like contractual like thing is complete, then it's up to the movie theater how many more times they want to air it.
Okay, so I just googled how do they decide what movies are in theaters, and the like top result is the distribution company shows the movie screening to prospective buyers representing the theaters. The buyers negotiate with the distribution company on which movies they wish to lease the terms and lease the terms of to lease and the terms of the lease agreement. The prints are sent to the theater a few days before opening day. Cool. Have you ever seen the like behind the scenes of a movie theater? How it's all like still running on Windows XP?
No.
Well, the systems that they all have are like running basically just like.
Have you seen those TikToks for the people that project the fucking movies off Amazon Prime and Netflix?
Yeah, I remember seeing one where like the buddy's account was like blocked or something.
Yeah.
That was funny.
When they play like those retro movies that they just fucking find off the internet.
Yeah.
And charge people $20 to go see.
That's hilarious. This movie is not available in your region. Like, oops. Sorry, guys.
Movie's canceled. Get your refund at the gate.
Have you? Since I'm gonna tie it back to our topic. Have you ever been sick at the movies, or like, have you ever been sick that you remember in like a public event?
Definitely been sick in public events before, not the movies. I'm trying to remember. I know it's happened. I just don't remember any specific.
I mean,
situations.
I think I've told this story on the pod already, and during my prom date was on a certain medication, and she was sick. So we were at the NAC in Ottawa, and we like.
You never told us actually.
Up. Oh, really? I didn't.
I don't even know this.
So, yeah, prom at the NAC. It was nice. We were all like prettied up or whatever. We were at a certain area of the building, and then my prom date was like, "Oh, I need to step out. Like, I'm not feeling well." So I went with her, and there were like 3 or 4 different classes of kids. So I'm talking like hundreds of people were at the NAC at the same time that we were having our prom. And like we were in like a separate area, but me and my prom date had stepped out, and I was like carrying her train, and like kids were like, "Oh, look, they look so pretty. They look so good together." And then my prom date just walks over to a garbage can and starts throwing up. And as I was like carrying the train of her dress, it was the funniest thing. I mean, like obviously not for my prom date or the kid involved, but
Yikes.
It was just such a memorable moment. And the kids were like, "Oh my god, they look so, oh my god," and then they like, you know, scuttered away like kids do or whatever.
I mean, this is kind of like being sick, but I like passed out in public before. That's embarrassing.
What do you mean passed out in public?
Like passed out, like just passed out, like lost consciousness, like just
doing what?
Ba-ding, ba-dang, boom, done, like out.
Like
Cold.
Did you fall asleep?
No, like lost consciousness, just like boom, drop dead, you know, like not dead.
Explain, give me context. What?
Both times was because the first time was apparently low sugar.
Oh yeah, because I
was like playing in the park with I'm not diabetic.
Remember when we had Beyond?
Yeah.
I
was playing in the park with my brother, and then all of a sudden I felt weird, and I'm like, I wanted to go see my dad, and the minute I got to him, I just went pancaked on the ground. And then the second time I was in a restaurant for brunch, and then like out of nowhere I just like went to grab my chocolate milk, and then as I was bringing it to my mouth, I just slumped over, dropped it all over me.
Hello?
And that time was because of my vagal tone. That time.
Your what?
Vagal tone.
What the fuck is that?
It's neural activity in your vagus nerve in your brain.
You're just having seizures in public?
It's not seizures. The fuck up.
You're just dying in public?
I just passed out.
You never told me this. I'm glad, because now I'm like, oh my god, Isaiah's gonna die at any moment.
I'm not gonna die.
as he goes into a coughing fit.
Hey man, this is COVID. I'm gonna die from this instead.
No, shut up.
Yeah, basically it's basically just what controls like all your like automatic systems in your body.
Yeah.
It doesn't like control anything that you like control. If that makes sense. So like
No, it doesn't.
It just went haywire and I went kaput.
That's so wild.
Yeah, apparently happens often to people that go through puberty. That's what the doctor said. So that happened. That's both times.
When you're like.
That's both times I've ever passed out.
That's so weird. I've never passed out. I don't want to because that terrifies me.
The one time I only passed out for 2 seconds, but then the one time at the restaurant, apparently I was out for like a good 2 minutes.
That's scary.
I didn't remember any of it. Well, obviously I didn't remember any of it because I was passed out, but
yeah, you could get hurt.
Not really. I was sitting at a fucking table.
I mean, yeah, but like if it happened somewhere else, but I guess, hypotheticals, whatever.
Yeah, but you feel woozy before. It's not just like you don't just fucking hit the floor. You feel very weak, feel very faint.
Well, the way you said it, you were like, I was drinking chocolate milk and I passed out. Like,
yeah, okay. Well, I thought the context clues from the first time passing out would imply that I felt the same way the second time. But anyways, and it's funny too that one time my dad couldn't believe it because obviously my dad medical field.
Yeah.
So when the paramedics came and they took my blood sugar, it was super low. And he's like, "What the fuck? This kid's had like 5 bowls of Fruit Loops that morning." He's like, "What the
diabetica?"
He's like, "What the fuck? This kid's got kid got diabetes."
Yeah.
But no, I got no diabetes. They tested me because even they couldn't believe it.
That's so strange. Isaiah's body is a medical marvel.
Hell yeah,
it's
brother.
Just in.
Not even 5 bowls of Fruit Loops can bring my blood sugar level up to a high enough level.
Have you ever been sick at work?
No. I've got nosebleeds at work.
I remember I was hungover at work. That sucked. Because I, like, where I used to work, I don't know, I used to have, like, Mondays and Tuesdays off because I would work full time with all the young people, all the young kids, like the students, right? And I was, like, young. I was working full time. I was in school, post-secondary. And I just told my manager, I was like, listen, all my friends are in on the weekends. Can I just, like, can I work during the weekends and then have, like, Monday, Tuesday off, and, like, that can be my weekend, so I can at least, like, come to work and enjoy my shifts working with, like, people my age, the people that I know. And, like, they were cool with it because then it was like, hell yeah, because the fucking full-timers, they don't want to work during the week, like, during the weekend, so like, they love that. So yeah, but then I remember it was a Tuesday and I thought I had it off, but I guess I didn't. So I had drinks with, like, a work friend Monday night, and then Tuesday I get a call. It's like, what time would it have been? Like 7:15. I was like, Matt, why aren't you at work? I was like, because I'm off today. And they're like, no, you're not. And I checked my schedule. I was like, oh my fucking God, I'm so sorry. So I went to work, still, like, hungover. I probably got like 3 hours of sleep. And then I, like, did the little opening routine, you know, the one. And then, like, I remember just standing at the podium thinking, like, I'd rather be fucking dead. Like, I'd rather be dead than standing here right now. Like, please just put me out of my fucking misery. And,
take me out back.
Yeah. And I went to the bathroom and I went to the back room. And then I was like, oh, fuck, I'm going to be sick. And I started throwing up. So I, like, threw up in my hands. I'm at work in my fucking, like, nice work clothes. And I'm, like, in the back room and I'm starting to throw up. Like, you know where you, like, punch in and punch out?
Yeah.
I was there and I started throwing up. So I start running to the bathroom and I'm, like, holding my throw up in my hands and it's, like, falling out. So there's, like, splashes of puke in the hallway. And I run into the bathroom and then I, like, start to throw up. And then, what? There was, like, a gentleman in there with his kid, and like they were washing their hands or whatever. And I just remember like rushing past them and just like booking it to the toilet and just throwing up. And then like the kid started crying. He was terrified.
Scared the kid.
Yeah, and then I think I went to the manager, and it was Baldy McGee. And I was like, listen, I'm sorry that I did not come in this morning. I showed up, I did the opening routine, but I cannot stay here. Like, I just threw up. Get store standards to clean my throw up in the hallway. I'm going home. And she was just like, okay. Like, I didn't really give her a choice at that point. I was like, listen, we're fine until like 1:00. If everything goes smoothly, I'm leaving. So yeah, that was a day. And then she's like, don't you want to ask the store manager if you can leave? And I was just like, no, I'm going home.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. But I mean, other than that, I would never, like, I legitimately thought I was off that day. Like, I like never went out and partied the night before or anything like that. Like, that was the most irresponsible thing I've ever done. And it was an accident.
Matt was a
I'm a
bad
good
boy,
little boy
for a day.
Yeah. I paid for it. And like when I was throwing up, like I was drinking wine the night before, so I was throwing up red. And I was like texting my mom and I was like, I'm throwing up red. I think it's blood. Like, I think I'm going to fucking die. And then I came to the realization that like the panic went away and I was like, no, it's just the only thing in my stomach is red wine.
Did you ever get surgery before?
No, I've never had a surgery and I'm terrified.
You better be.
It reminds me of that Reddit thread, like, what is it, Broken Bones or Never Broke a Bone or something? The Reddit subreddit?
I'm not a Redditor, man. I don't know.
Bullshit.
I don't know. I actually don't know what you're talking about.
There's a subreddit for, like, no broken bones. And they just talk about how strong their bones are. And then people will be like, hey, guys, like, I broke my finger. And then everybody, like, boots them off the subreddit because they broke their bone.
Never broke a bone.
Have you? No, you haven't?
I've never broken a bone, no.
Me neither.
But I've had surgery before.
Have you had a surgery?
Yeah.
What surgeries have you had? You got that BBL done?
What does that even mean?
Brazilian butt lift.
No. I swear I've told you that I've had these surgeries before.
I don't remember.
When I was like 10, 12, I got surgeries. Because I was a fucked up little boy when I was born. And lots of my internal organs were not placed correctly, so...
Hello? You never told me this.
I needed 2 surgeries. Once they had to be done before I had puberty too, so they were pushing it there when I turned 12. They were like, they rushed it basically. They're like, yeah, okay, we have to get you on the table before shit happens. So wouldn't recommend it. The aftermath kind of sucks.
Do you have scars?
Balls. Yeah, I have like 3 scars.
What?
And yeah, it's I missed like a month of school. And when I went back to school, I couldn't do gym class, which I didn't care about. I just read my books.
Yeah.
Couldn't do recess, so I did like my little speed stacking club as a little fucking 8-year-old or 10-year-old, I guess.
This explains a lot about you. You were just like that kid who was like perpetually sick and injured.
I was never perpetually
and, like,
sick.
Socially distanced from everybody your entire childhood. You only had books as your friends. This makes sense. This checks out. I'm getting a broad. You had all these surgeries. You were just a tiny little broken boy.
Broken boy. And now I probably have to go for my wisdom teeth, so that'll be another surgery.
Oof.
But we'll see. They don't hurt, so.
Yeah.
They keep saying I should get them removed, but they don't hurt, so I'm probably never.
Is your dentist here in name of town we live in?
Nope.
Okay.
Hell no.
Because like mine is, and yeah, my dentist was like, "Your teeth are perfectly fine, but like you should get your wisdom teeth removed." I was like, "I don't have insurance, so eat my ass."
Yeah, if you don't have insurance, it sucks.
Dentistry is. Why is it considered cosmetic? First of all, that's crazy. Because like, isn't it proven that like the how well you take care of your mouth like goes on to affect the rest of your body. Like,
Matt, anything eye related is cosmetic.
yeah, but so is dentistry. So is any like dental surgeries and stuff like that. It's all considered cosmetic.
I'm saying there's a better argument to be made with optometry should not being considered a cosmetic over dentistry, even though dentistry isn't. But
yeah,
yeah, like, I know what you mean. Like,
yeah,
it'll cause literally issues. Like, it'll hurt you.
Like, yeah, if you have bad, what's it called? Teeth health.
Dental health?
There's a word for it. I can't remember off the top of my head. About,
It's just dental health, dude. What the fuck are you talking about? Oral health?
There's a word for oral. Yeah, oral hygiene. If you have bad oral hygiene,
could you not just have like oral sex and make the goddamn connection, Matt?
Sorry, I was thinking about teeth. I wasn't really thinking about like oral sex.
You're always thinking about oral sex.
Like any copy. The one time I wasn't thinking about oral sex.
Okay. Making sure.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Ooh, sicko.
Blow up my mic. Shall we move on to the viewer question?
Yeah. We gotta pick one.
Yeah, I need to open that list up now. It's long gone. No, I have it now.
Are there any about like being sick?
I don't know. How is it? What is your life? This one's kind of related. It's related to death.
Oh,
that's kind of like being sick. Well, there's two about death. That could
the
be
ultimate sickness.
Yeah. Do you want to be remembered after your death, and what for? How about that one, huh?
Do I want to be remembered after my death? Like on a grand scale? No. Like I don't want like I don't know, I don't want to be in the history textbooks or anything like that. What about you?
I don't know if it's I don't care. I don't care, but like I'd hope that I would be if I did like something noteworthy, you know?
Oh yeah? That's it.
Like if I did something in like in my career or whatever that was noteworthy, or discovered something or whatever, then I'd hope it'd be in like the history books, but like I don't want to be, you know, it's just a matter of like respect, I guess. I don't know. Like I don't dream of being in the history books, but if I ever did something with my career that involved me being remembered on a large scale, yeah.
And what for? I mean,
anything biology related, I don't care.
I want to be known for.
Actually, I'd want to be known to be. I'd be cool if I could be able to find like the true root of where we came from. That'd be pretty cool.
I was gonna say, known for giving the best blowjobs.
Yeah, I guess our levels are the levels of successes we want in life are very different.
Isaiah wants to like be known as like the man who answered that like lifelong question of like where we came from. And I want to be known as the throat goat.
What a difference of perspective, huh?
No, I don't know. I'm not passionate about anything. I don't care about anyone. I just like no, what's more fulfilling for me is knowing that I had a positive impact of the people around me. And I would rather them tell me that. I'd rather them tell me that than to like go on and have it known post-mortem. Because that doesn't matter. When you're dead and gone, like that doesn't give a shit. It loses all value. Meanwhile, like we're here now, so if I can touch just one person, please let me touch you.
Hell yeah, brother.
And like I can know that and like live out the rest of my life knowing that I made someone's life like satisfying or fulfilling, or like I was an integral part of their success and their happiness. Like that's more to me than any legacy.
Oh, that's very poetic. Proud of you, Matt.
And I'm the throat goat.
I'm the throat goat. Yeah, I can't forget that, buddy. Yeah, so that's our
part one of our 2-part extravaganza for this week.
Yeah, you're gonna see another episode real soon. Unless we uploaded both of these episodes at the same time, I don't know.
Wait, we never talked about sick as being used as like a cool thing.
We were never sick like that, man. Shut the fuck up.
What?
We were never sick like that. Shut up.
Yeah, you're right.
We're never cool like that. But yeah, thank you for listening, and thank you for those who submitted questions. Please submit them to us on social media, on Spotify, in the YouTube comments, or on our website, mildlyignorantpodcast.com. Make sure to go check out the website if you haven't checked it out already. Done so already.
Check, please.
But yeah, this is part 1 done. We'll be back with another part this week just to make up for last Friday. I'm sure the whole world was just craving some more Mildly Ignorant podcast.
I literally woke up to like 6 text messages this morning saying, "Were you that asshole that keyed my car?" Oh, sorry, those were different text messages. So I got one saying, "Where's the podcast?"
Where's the pod? Well, here's the pod. A few fucking days late, but hey, when someone's dying from COVID, it can't even speak. You got to put a podcast, which is 99.9999% speaking, on pause.
On hold
for a few days. Yeah, 2 episodes. Hopefully you like them. Next episode we'll talk about stuff. We'll talk about Elon Musk buying Twitter and the end of the world.
I was just about to say we didn't even talk about that, but we can talk about it in the next one.
Yeah, next episode we'll talk about that. We'll talk about how it's the end of the world and all that. I mean, we talked about it like the week before now, but I don't even remember. Anyways, thank you for listening. Make sure to follow us on social media: Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, Mildly Ignorant Podcast. And we will be back with episode 34 in a few days, hours.
Who knows?
In a day, singular. I don't know. It depends when this episode goes up. This is gonna be a random episode. It's gonna come out of nowhere. So stay tuned for that.
I mean, we could just do 2 in 1, like 2 on Friday.
Yeah, we could also do that. I mean,
surprise.
Yeah. All right. Well, adios. Bye bye, everybody.
We'll see. Bye.